Hello, greetings from Colombia, Carlos Mejia, Module 5, Coordination Systems. What could be more valuable than a coordination system when it becomes a space for a collective, creative, intelligent, ethical actions, responding to the needs and rights of the victims, and a space to understand how to support well what they need to do in protecting rights. A system that is beyond egos and competitions, that is inclusive and participatory, led by strong leaders who understand the culture, the history, the language, the territory. And because that, they have the ability to go with what is right. For many years, we have seen the UN reforms again and again with a little impact after being so expensive, creating equations like the coordination system that still produce very little impact. A system that is controlled by the top 5 organizations and the UN system. That is not inclusive, it is not participatory. That dismiss the voices of the people. A system that has no legitimacy and is not trusted. It's slow, costly, inefficient, and very, very ghetto. Back in Kosovo War, I was leading a small group to support 2,500 refugees spread out in about 5 or 6 old buildings. And they choose that it was time for them to return to their own land, to live close to their destroyed houses. And we opened the space for them to communicate their intention and desire into the coordination system, and they were dismissed. No arguments. And they were threatened to be moved and relocated 12 hours away from Scutari to the south, further away. Scutari was a town that was 10 hours by car through a very bad road and dangerous road to Kukis, bordering Kosovo. So we choose, after consultations and good conversations with the leaders of the refugee camps, to go with them and organize a strategy for returning to the land. And we did it. And it was successful. And it was safe. And we did it despite the coordination leader of the UN system, that to me was weak, selfish, insensitive, and unable to listen. With arrogancy, imposing rules that were, for him, pleasing the donor's requirement and his own personal agenda within the UN system. So what's the point? When a system creates systems like the coordination one that lacks of ethics and courage to do what is right for the victims. At the end, ethics matters deeply, and coordination only works when it is implementing with consistency, humility, respect, and alignment with human dignity. See you next.